Good morning. My name is Ryan Kaba, and next to me I have Joey Winfielder
Hello.
and Nick Mattis.
What's good?
And today we're going to be talking about 2K, the new patch notes, the battle between PS5 and the Xbox Series X, Fortnite's new season, CyberPunk 2077, and Spider-Man Miles Morales. So, let's talk about these patch notes. I see that they released better player likeness for several NBA players, which means basically they made the faces of certain players look more like the real life person. They updated several NBA courts and made visual changes to the park. There's also reports of the old shooting meter back from 2K18 all the way up until 2K20 to come back, but this is not yet confirmed. They also fixed several bugs and exploits and improved overall game quality.
That's pretty cool. So, Ryan, I don't really play 2K, but do they have are the courts and everything like set to scale for like real life actual NBA courts and everything too?
Yeah, they set it to the actual NBA courts for like down to the seating
Wow.
and how everything looks, soundboards, visuals, everything.
Oh, wow.
All the sponsors that they have. They even have the sponsors for the jerseys. Whoever sponsors the team, they always have the sponsors on their jerseys. So they even got it down packed to that. So
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that. Um, my other question for you too is I've seen a little bit of gameplay of 2K. Um, can you like go, is it it's not a free roam, right? So like you can't technically leave the court, right?
you have three different, well, really five different kind of game modes for 2K. You have your play now, you have your my career, you have your my team, you have your my GM and your my leagues. So your my GM and your my leagues are like you take over a team and you can either rebuild the bad team or start with a good team and just try to win championships and try to get a best record and
Lakers.
play. Now, a my career is where you create a character with a certain build that you make, and then you try to get, if you have PS Plus, obviously, if you have an Xbox Live, you use VC, which is virtual currency, to upgrade your player to a 99 overall. That is your overall goal, is to get to a 99. Now, when you do that, when you hit, matter of fact, when you hit 85 overall, you unlock a lot of things, such as jump shot landing. So if you were to green a jump shot, which is basically means if you green it, it's going in 100% of the time. So it's jump shot landing. So you could do a flip, you could do you could do a moonwalk, a dance every time you green
Oh,
a jump shot.
wow.
So yeah, this is really cool. Um, Also, there's dribble moves that you have in the game, and if you're a low overall and you don't have a good ball handle, you don't you can't dribble the ball well. So like when you try to dribble the ball and do dribble moves, you'll lose control of the ball. You know,
So
it's much
basically,
easier.
like, if you're like just starting out, like, you basically just have to like play story mode first, or like my career, to get
Yeah,
your character level up.
get your characters overall up. And you can't unlock pro dribble moves. When the game first came out, you couldn't unlock pro dribble moves unless you had 85 ball handle. Now a lot of people didn't like that it was 85 ball handle, considering it was 80 the last previous years from 2K18 until now. It's been 80 ball handle, and they pressed it up to 85, and then later on they said we'll put it back down to 80. So it made a lot of builds much more usable than everybody creating the same build, which was a playmaking shot creator, because you got the 85 ball handle, which allowed you to have pro dribble moves, right?
Wow.
That's that is a lot more in depth and like
Yeah.
curated than I
I
thought it would be.
I thought it was just shooting a ball. It's regular basketball.
Yeah, that's what
It's
I
a
thought
lot
too.
deeper than that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's
Yeah,
insane.
there's a lot. Just as a final topic, if you play My Park a lot, you have different rep systems. You can go from rookie all the way to legend. If you hit legend, you get on the Wall of Fame for 2K.
Hmm.
So if you hit legend, you get a Wall of Fame, and you get, I believe, a free copy of the next edition of 2K. So everybody who hits Legend this year within a certain time limit, we get a free copy of 2K22 when it comes out.
Wow.
And then also you get to be,
Wow.
they have the in-game Wall of Fame. So everybody who's hit Legend is on that Wall of Fame, all of their names.
So
That's
basically, you
pretty
get
cool.
rewarded for like grinding all the way up. That's
Yep,
nice.
pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So Xbox has I don't I can't believe that they actually did this. And I guess Xbox and Microsoft don't either, but they tweeted, quote, "We can't believe we have to say this, but please do not blow vape smoke into your Xbox Series X." End quote.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Like,
So this happened after videos surfaced of people blowing vape smoke into the side of the new Xbox Series X. Um, Xbox has now addressed it on Twitter, and the Twitter thread is a pretty funny read, including some tweets from G Fuel, Xbox responding. We even have a tweet from Oreo, the cookie brand. So it's a pretty interesting thread, and they've actually posted again attached to this thread. For any non-vape related support questions, please check out the info here, and it's linked to the Xbox support account on Twitter. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't blow vape smoke into your
yeah, it's
Xbox.
just
Not a good
Please.
idea.
yeah.
Just don't.
To be honest, vaping isn't a good idea either, but people still
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, also just so don't. The PS5 has come out, and after, some of the interesting renders that we saw, it actually is pretty slim. It's actually interesting. It is made of plastic though, and it's kind of a weird, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. But people are saying that the graphics are great, performance is great, and I've even seen some reviews saying that the PS5's performance overall is better compared to the latest Xbox. So
Wow.
there's definitely some controversy there. Um, the one thing that I'd be interested to see in consoles, and I don't remember if they did add this, but for PCs at least, Nvidia has created graphics cards, their RTX cards, so the RTX like 3090, like those cards, they can do ray tracing. So I'd really like to see that in a console, though I think that's going to be more on the Microsoft side because of their, it is an ARM processor that they're putting into these consoles, as far as I know. So it's going to be interesting to see what they can do in the side of, graphics processing units. But it would be really, really interesting to see some kind of RTX equivalent into a console. Though I don't play console, I think it would be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. For like everyone that's out there going to buy the PS5 and the new Xbox, just get a PC. Honestly, it's just a
Yeah,
lot better.
it it's so much better in like upgradability. I mean, you're probably gonna pay more, but still, like it's just that much better. You can play Xbox games on your PC. I don't play many, but I mean, you can download the Xbox app onto your PC and you can play full-fledged Xbox games on your PC. Like
PC gaming is just better in general
it,
too.
it
Everything
is.
looks better, it feels better.
It really does. So join the PC Master Race. Just do it.
Yes,
You won't regret it.
leave console. I'm not like trying to diss PlayStation or Xbox. I'm just saying, PC is better.
Indeed
So
it is.
Yeah, I guess that's I do agree with that. PC is better in many, many ways. I mean, I don't have a PC. I'm not a PC kind of gamer like that. I kind of like my PlayStation and whatnot. Had been going
oh yeah,
8 years
I've
strong.
had PlayStation for the longest since I was little.
Yeah, so I'm
It's
just kind of
PS2.
but that was pretty much my first system. Was a PlayStation. My first gaming console when I didn't know what the heck a gaming console was. So it was fun. So I feel like yeah, you could because I've watched PC gameplay on games that I like, such as Rainbow Six Siege, which is a first-person tactical shooter that involves many
Yeah.
realism tactics of war and of the military and things like that. And I do enjoy it very much. And I've watched it on PC. It's a whole bunch. It looks pretty much the same. It's just better quality. At the same time, you do deal with those
It's just
hackers.
amazing too. Like the skill gap on that game is crazy,
Yes, it is. And, I'm
especially on keyboard
decent
and mouse. Like if you can aim, oh my
Yeah.
god, it's insane.
keyboard and mouse is just different. That's also a problem with the PS4s and the PS5s for people who play Siege and games like that on console, because the PS4s and 5s come with those adapters that you can buy in order to hook up a keyboard to it. It's basically like cheating on console.
So you need an
Pretty much.
adapter to connect a mouse or keyboard to a PS5?
Yep, to PS5 or PS4. Yep.
Really? So
Wow.
Xbox natively supports it. That's
Yeah,
weird. I didn't know that.
yeah,
That's a W for Xbox.
that's a
Yeah.
W for Xbox. Yeah, it is. But yeah, so it's kind of like cheating if you're using keyboard and mouse on console. We call it M and K. That's what most people call it. And we,
There's
we
a
always know
term
when
for it?
something. Okay. Yeah, there's a term for it. If you're on
That's
M and
funny.
K, right? So you know how you have AFK, which is away from
Right.
keyboard,
Yeah.
AMC, which is away from controller. So we call it M and K, and we know it. If somebody's on it, you could really look at it if they spin, if they're spinning,
Yeah.
because I know I could turn my sense all the way up to 100, and I could spin out of my mind like I'm Sonic, right? But
Yeah, endlessly because yeah.
but if it's a console 100. But if you're playing with a keyboard, right, it's a bit different. It's much faster than even 100 cents on a console. You can always tell. And also, if you see them lean but without aiming, because on console you can't lean without aiming. So if they're leaning
Sadly.
without aiming, that means they have M and K connected. So basically means that they're cheating, and they got to report them for griefing or cheating or different things like that, which Siege doesn't honestly care about their console players at all. They only care about PC players because that's all they have Pro League for, is PC.
Literally.
It's literally, it's like
Yeah.
they don't care about us. So now they're trying to care about us. I said that they're going to try to figure out a way to detect if somebody's using MK and adapter, and try to make, like a ban system for it and things like that. But they added a couple seasons ago, they added a new ban features, like when you kill teammates. So if we were all playing, and if I were to kill one of you, let's say I'm playing Ash, which is like the most broken operator in the game.
Remember when
And
she had ACOG? Oh my god.
yeah, oh, good days.
Insane.
And you're playing, like, you're my teammate, you're playing like Thermite or something like that, who has exothermic charge, which blows up reinforced walls and such, using C4, sulfuric acid, and a whole bunch of combination of things to build the bomb, pretty much. And
Yep.
if I had to kill you, I get a warning. So, and it pops up on your screen. Do you want to like penalize them? Pretty much. If you press yes, I have
Yeah,
the
it
red
was like
triangle by my
intentional team
circle.
kill.
Yeah, intentional team kill. And then you should say no. The triangle goes away. Now, if I had that triangle and I shoot you again, it doesn't hurt you. It hurts me. So it ends up killing me. And if you do that too many times, you get banned for a certain amount, for 30 minutes or more. Now, me, who's definitely killed way too many friends on accident because they be stepping in the way of my business,
Same.
right? I be getting banned for like a day, and I'm just like, it's not even my fault. Man's walked in my way. So they added that, and they add new operators every year. So now they went from, actually it used to be for every new season it'd be two operators, one offensive and one defensive. Now it's one operator every season with a new map rework. So we just recently we worked Skyscraper, and I think they're gonna redo Outback. They redid House, and they also reworked an operator named Tachanka. He is our Lord and Savior in this game. We love Tachanka.
Yes. He does not have the pop-up turret anymore. He has a gun, like a
legit gun.
Yeah.
So he always had an SMG, but he also had his turret. Now his turret is an actual weapon, and instead of his turret being his secondary gadget, it is actually his gun, and he actually has a I guess you would call it a like a fire pellet launcher in a way, and it kind of like
Yeah,
bounces
I
off
don't
the
even know
thing.
what to call it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's some Russian name for it, but we're not gonna get into that.
All
But
right.
yeah, it's pretty much that.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that was kind of got kind of deep into that
Yeah,
little keyboard and
Mhm.
mouse.
a little bit.
Okay, Fortnite. It came out with a new season. I think a couple months ago. It was like before the new year. They vaulted pumps again, the third time,
For time.
and
Wow.
everyone loves pumps pretty much. It's literally like the main gun in Fortnite, besides the gold scar.
Mhm.
Yeah, and this season pretty much they're like Jonesy is like trying to like get like all like the heroes from all the universes, the realities. Because last season's event was with Galactus, and he took out like the 0 point, which is like the reality of Fortnite, and he exposed it. And now Jonesy, which is like the main character in Fortnite, he's trying to like gather all the heroes. So Fortnite is doing a whole bunch of collabs now. They did a collab with Master Chief from Halo, Kratos from God of War, and the Mandalorian, which is a skin in Battle Pass with Baby Yoda. So
They also
it's
did
pretty
Star
sick.
Wars too. A Star Wars with like Han Solo and Princess Leia and things like that too.
Huh.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I kind of feel bad for Fortnite. And a lot of their like main players got off it because it just got way too sweaty, in my opinion. Everyone is just trying for no reason. Like you can't, you just can't enjoy the game anymore because everyone just got good at it. You know,
Yeah, I
it's
remember
just
in
not fun.
the beginning, when it first came out, there were so many people that were playing it. It was the game was literally on the news, like on the nightly
Yeah,
news. It was
yeah, it
insane.
was it
It,
was
it
just blowing
was
up in
it was a
popularity.
surge. And now, it's like, oh, where'd it go? It disappeared.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like that was because it was different. I mean, BR was pretty popular. It was like H1C1, PUBG,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
like they just added like the whole like building like ability. It was different. It was fresh. It was fun. I
Yeah,
mean,
Yep.
had
some
the
people still
zombies
like
mode
it
for
today,
the game
but
too. They had a zombies mode, which was, I thought was really cool, and they lied. I remember when I used to play Fortnite in the OG days when Fortnite was actually good and not everybody was a sweat. So you got to actually
literally,
have fun. You actually enjoyed. If you died, you died. You weren't getting so super mad. Like you enjoyed if
I know.
you came in top 10. You like enjoyed it. It was actually a good time for Fortnite. And when you played, and that they would always say at the end of 2019, Save the World will be free for everyone. And no, actually, no, this is 2017. They said Save the World would be free for everyone. And we're in 2020, and yet it's still not free. So it confused me because I was like, yo, I'm not going to pay $40 to buy just one separate game mode. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Yeah,
paying $40
Yeah.
for that, you know? But like, if you want to make it free, maybe then I splurge a little bit in it. But I think it's pretty cool that aspect of the game because it's almost like a story mode in a way. It takes you away from BR and fighting sweats every 3 seconds. I played with my cousin
yeah, and
one night. It was so random. I was like, "What do you want to play?" She was like, "Let's play Fortnite." So I was like, "Okay, whatever." So then we played, and we caught 5 Ws in one night. And I was like, "What is
wow.
this? What is this? This feels good. Like I haven't felt this in Fortnite in a while." And I would drop. I was consistently dropping at least 6, 7 a game. I was like, "I don't do this. What is this? Please explain. Please explain." No, because I'll drop 2, 3 kills, and then meet a Flocker skin or meet some freaking sweaty mixed sweaterson, and they just destroy me like that. So it's just like, ugh. So that's why I don't play it like that. I don't even have it
Yeah,
downloaded.
that's another thing. I feel like Fortnite like kind of died too because like chapter one was perfect. The storyline was and everything was just it was amazing. But after that, like I feel like Fortnite just switched over to like competitive and just put like everything into it. Because like
Yeah.
nowadays, like they literally have like a whole tab on the home menu. It's what you call to compete. There's already like tournaments like every week. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all for money. It's like all comp.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand
Yeah,
that adding that aspect for people who aren't actually comp. You know, I understand the aspect of it, but I'm like, at the same time, I do not want to be playing regular Fortnite and get into a lobby with people who have like 10 million career wins or something like that. Like the 10,000.
yeah, exactly. Like,
That's not something I want to get into a lobby. Like I actually want to enjoy my time if I'm gonna play the game, because that's what the
yeah,
game
and that's
is.
another thing with Fortnite, skill-based matchmaking. It's just a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Even in
I don't know.
I'm not even that good, and I still get sweaty McSweatersons in my lobbies. I'm just like, why?
Yeah, Fortnite had its time.
Yeah, it had its time. It's no longer.
Everyone loved it at once.
Yep.
All right. So, Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh God.
This game, this game, this
Lol.
game. So there's some issues on last gen consoles, but there's also some issues on the current gen consoles. It's really interesting. There's a lot of stuff going on. Um, Starting with the last gen consoles, people are seeing that Cyberpunk just doesn't run. It does not run great. Either it's not running at all or it's not running well for what they've paid for. Um, it's so resource intensive. People are just noticing glitches, and it's just not. It's so intensive on these consoles and PCs. But we're also seeing something on the flip side of that. On the current gen consoles, there are uh an insane amount of glitches and just bugs. Some are even finding that you just randomly go into a T-pose, which is when you're standing with your arms raised out to the either side. The character just T-poses for a minute. Um, some are even reporting that they're suddenly losing their pants. Yeah, just dropping pants, just disappearing. Um,
Like
among
Houdini.
yeah, like among other things in this game, there's now a dedicated subreddit for the bugs and glitches of Cyberpunk 2077. Um, there's other bloopers like characters being flung through buildings just out of nowhere, cars exploding for no reason, and the NPCs are so unnatural that people are reporting that it's ruining the gaming experience. This is all according to the New York Times. It's insane. It's ridiculous. And on last gen consoles, when you go to purchase the game, at least on the Xbox, the last gen Xbox, there's now a warning users that the game is not going to perform as expected on the last gen console. So, before you buy the game on a last
Wow.
gen console, think about it and really read into that warning because there's a lot of stuff going on with it. It's not great.
Mhm.
Like CD Projekt Red is working on it, trying to get it to be the best that it can, but it's just not great right now. A lot of people are just kind of saying they should have waited. CD Projekt Red, for those uninitiated, CD Projekt Red is the game studio who developed Cyberpunk 2077. So they're there's a lot of people saying it was released prematurely and it shouldn't have been released right now. They
Yeah.
should have waited longer.
Yeah, to
And
be honest.
honestly, I agree. It's a little messed up how, you can purchase the game and it just not even run on your console. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's
There's
I
this
heard
money
that
down
they
the drain.
removed it off the App Store for like
they
PlayStation,
did.
Xbox. Like you can't buy it anymore.
Yeah, they did do that.
Crazy.
I don't know if it's relisted or not, but I do remember the warnings on there. So if it's, I think you're right, Nick. I think it is completely gone off of those stores now, which is
Yeah.
good, but they shouldn't have released it in the first place. Um, CD
Yeah,
And
they
on
should
Projekt,
have
top of
just.
cars exploding, and on top of all the
yeah,
glitches and exploits,
It's
Literally, you could be level 2 and fight level 30 people, and all you got to do is hit them with a car, and that's it.
yeah. So, um, on top of that, CD Projekt Red also put something out for those returns and refunds for the games whose users have purchased this game on a last-gen console. They basically said, look, we know it sucks. You can return, we can refund you for the game, but it's gonna take a while. So they even have, some sort of, I would assume, an internal system, going right now trying to get these refunds out to people who basically wanted to play this game and now realize they can't because their hardware is just too old for it. Um, it's even hard to run on latest top of the line PC gear. Linus Tech Tips did a video on release day of the game playing on basically the latest and the greatest PC gear you can get today, and they still couldn't run it at 4K. At least 4K, I believe it was at
Wow.
120 hertz. So it wouldn't run. I believe it was 4K. If it wasn't 4K, it was 8K. I can see 8K, but I believe 4K it didn't run. And they still found
Yeah,
glitches. They
that's
still
insane.
found textures were kind of weird. Um, there were weird anomalies that they found, and it's just why why on release day are there so many issues? I can understand the, oh, this isn't quite working, or, oh, this feature's kind of disabled for right now, but it'll be there soon. But it's not even that. Nothing's disabled in the game. It's just missing. There's missing things that just aren't working. So
Yeah.
it's kind of
Wow.
frustrating for people, and I can understand why.
And I know so many people were waiting on this game.
Oh
I
yeah.
have several friends who were
So
like,
for so
"Yo,
long too. What,
Mhm.
like 7, 8 years?
pre-orders," and
7?
people were posting on Snapchat their pre-orders of the game and saying, "Listen, at 12 o'clock when this drops, don't text me, don't call me, don't snap me, don't nothing. I'm not picking up. I'm playing Cyberpunk 2077." And then right after the game releases, people are saying, "I can't even play the game. I can't even play it, man."
Yep. Yeah, it's insane.
Sad.
It really is.
It's
At
just
this
depressing
point, they
times.
should just chalk the game,
Yeah.
my opinion.
No, I don't think so. I think it's going. They've got a lot
They just
lot of
gotta
work
fix
to
it.
do. But I think it can really materialize into something once those things are fixed. I mean, people are still
Yeah,
playing the
if
game.
they fix like all the bugs, oh my god, it'd be great.
Yeah,
Be
people are
amazing.
still playing the game. People are really enjoying the game. It's just, right now the bad is outweighing the good, so.
Yeah,
Okay, so
it's crazy.
the latest Spider-Man game, which is
Yes,
Spider-Man
yes, yes,
Miles
yes.
Morales, which is now on the new PS5 and yada yada yada. So there's controversy about how Spider-Man, a black and Spanish Spider-Man at that, hip hip hooray for that. At least for me, I feel personally like that's great. Miles Morales could have tackled police reform head on. Instead, there are almost no police in the game at all.
Yeah,
No
Really?
when
police.
Spider-Man Miles Morales came out, it was like in the middle of like Black Lives Matter protests. Well, like not in the middle, but it was like kind of like in the same like time frame.
Mhm.
Yeah, Spider-Man had a huge like opportunity to take this head on in their game, but they decided to just there was like barely any cops in New Spider-Man. They're all like I don't know what they call them, like henchmen for like the Roxxon company or whatever.
Yeah, something like
Interesting. So who
Yeah,
who released the Spider-Man game? Like what game
it was
studio?
it was Insomniac, right?
If it was,
I believe it was.
I can understand if they didn't want to address it and be controversial, but though at the same time you're just pulling them out of the equation, I feel like is kind of a cop out. No, no pun intended, but I mean,
Oh wow.
Like, get it? Like, they just completely pulled them out, and
Yeah.
Literally.
just like, nope, forget it. It's
Yeah,
interesting.
it was Insomniac.
I do
Yeah.
like to
So
see, diversity in who is Spider-Man though. Like
I
you
did
said,
see
True.
that.
Ryan, like that. That's good. I like seeing that, especially in video games where it's typically, as far as I know, it's been a white male, right?
Pretty much, yeah. It's been
Yeah,
Tobey Maguire,
Yeah.
Tom Holland, all kinds of
Peter
different
Parker.
white men. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. There's so many different Spider-Mans, you know. And speaking of Spider-Man, the new movie that is supposed to be coming out, if you guys know about that, I believe I forgot what it's called. It's a new Spider-Man, but it's supposed to have all three of the Spider-Man. So
Oh yeah, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom
yeah,
Holland.
all
Oh
of them.
wow.
So it's supposed to be pretty good. So I actually do
Can't
want to
wait
go
for
see
that.
that for the longest.
Yeah.
I've never wanted to go see another Spider-Man movie because I'm like, they're all pretty much the same.
Yeah, I'm not a
Yeah.
huge fan of them.
And I'm not a huge fan of like superhero stuff to begin with. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like a couple. Like Spider-Man is one of my favorites. You know, so was the Hulk and Thor and da 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 da. You know, like yeah, I've seen a couple of the movies. You know, but I didn't really enjoy. I haven't enjoyed the recent ones, so I'm just kind of I'm excited to watch this one. Actually, this one actually seems like it's going to be a good one. Adding all three of the Spider-Mans, I wonder how they're gonna figure out how to play that all together. So I think it's pretty
I
cool.
feel like it's gonna be like a live action and like the Spider-Verse kinda, but it's gonna have like all different Spider-Mans from different like the time periods.
Yeah,
It's
that
gonna
should
be
be
nice.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting.
Okay, so thank you for listening. I hope you have all learned something new, and hopefully subscribe to Tiger Pride News Podcast, available on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and any other platform where you find premium podcasts. Thank you, and have a nice day. My name is Ryan Kava,
I'm Joe.
My name is Nick Mattis.
and have a nice
See
day.
you guys next time.